Available on Apple, Spotify, and online at rocklandnews.com. Thanks for joining us today. Here is your host, Tom Osa.
All right. Good morning, everyone. It is Friday, May 8th, if I'm not mistaken. This show isn't about the news. This is about something that's actually entertaining. We have strength coach Tom Brady. Thomas Brady is a strength performance coach in Rockland County, and he's part of our new show, the Sports Roundup, that we've been doing about 4 or 5 weeks now. How many weeks has it been now, man?
Yeah, it's been a little bit over a month.
Right? So excellent. And Tom can be talking about all things sports, the Sports Roundup with Tom Brady. And we're going to get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it away, man.
All right, welcome back. This is Tom Brady, your host for all things sports here with Rockland News. Welcome back to the next episode. Today we're going to be talking about how the first thing about athletes is how somebody actually gets ready for an activity. And that activity could be practice, that could be a basic workout, or it could be game day. How to treat your soft tissue before, and not only before, but after. We're also going to tap into the local sports scene, talk about some of the successful seasons that some of these teams have had. Amazing stories coming there. And then we also have a special story coming out of Orangeburg, the Rockland GAA, the Gaelic Athletic Association, that will be turning international, but it has a heavy Rockland flavor to it. We're going to begin with, how does an athlete actually get ready? You see these athletes, we all go to games, we watch it on TV. When we talk about how does a certain athlete get through the season without getting injured, and then you get out there and you're pulling your quads, your hamstrings, getting injured, and all that. You need to have what we call, as a strength coach, you need to respect your soft tissue in your body. So how do you do that? Number one, we like you before activities to have a soft tissue prep. What is a soft tissue prep? That is like simple massage. Right now you see everybody using foam rollers, tennis balls, lacrosse balls, whatever it is to start getting those small knots in your muscle tissue, loosening up some of the fascia before you get into an activity. Next, from there, after your soft tissue is ready, we go into what's we call a movement prep, which now is known widely as dynamic warm-ups, which it's great to see that is an integral part of every level. I see it in the youth. I see it in high school, obviously in college and pro. So it's fantastic that has filtered down and that knowledge has gotten all the way down into youth sports. So the dynamic, what you do is you're going to repeat a motion 2 or 3 times. And each time you do it, you just crank up the intensity a little bit more. You might start at 25, 30%, then go up to 50, 60, and then you're about 80, 90% ready before your actual activity. And your actual activity is whatever you're doing. Are you just going through a workout? Do you have practice, or is it game day? So you get through all that. Then next on the docket is, okay, you're not done for the day. Again, I talked about you need to respect your small tissue, your soft tissue. So what we do is you got it ready for the activity. Now you got to respect it and treat it well. Why? Because you just caused a lot of trauma to it. Whether it was a workout, practice, or game day, doesn't matter. There's a lot of trauma. When a lot of trauma is caused to soft tissue, especially, let's use the example of a heavy weight training workout. You actually tear your muscle fibers, get small tears. So you get bigger, stronger, faster as those tears heal. And then all of a sudden, again, you're bigger, stronger, faster if they heal in the right fashion and in the right time frame. So how do you do that? You need to respect the soft tissue by, number one, your hydration. Number two, getting back into soft tissue prep. You need to respect it. You need to start moving it again after your activity, after your lactic acid has built up from whatever intensity workout that you just went through. After you have respected it that way, what we want to do is your nutrition. Okay, so once all the muscles have your fully hydrated, your nutrition, you need to get all your minerals, all your carbohydrates, all your sugars, all your fats, and all your proteins, all of them serve an integral function of repairing muscle tissue and getting you ready for the next day and getting you bigger, stronger, faster, whatever your goal is as an athlete. The last thing you need to do is proper rest. And this is a big one because I've seen it in high school athletes, and it's hard when you're a student athlete because you're a student first. You get home from practice, you get home from a game, you might have homework in 2 subjects, and then you got to study for a test. So you got to balance that out. And that is very important for a student athlete. The young student athletes is time management. That's one of the hard skills in life to learn, never mind getting that on to a 14 to 18-year-old kid. So once you balance that out, you got to make sure your body gets the proper rest to allow everything that I just spoke about to happen. And through that process, that's what gets you bigger, stronger, faster athlete. But the number one thing required for any of this to happen is hard work, focus, and dedication. You got to love what you're doing. If it's something that you want to get to the next level, you not only have your personal goal, but it's also best to share that with those closest to you, whether it's your parents, your coaches. It's very important because you want to make sure if that's your goal, you got others keeping an eye on you saying, hey, let's push it here. Let's push it here. Because sometimes we don't always understand or know where we're at. Are we at step 7 out of 10 or step 5 out of 10, getting to our goal? And letting those closest around you know what your target is will actually help you get to that next level. So with all that in mind, let's dive into some of the teams locally that have absolutely had fantastic spring seasons. We're going to start off. I always love starting off with the girls flag football because it's a new sport. It's less than 10 years old, growing in popularity across the country and globally so fast. I mentioned on the last podcast, we are over 100 Division I schools offering scholarships for girls now to play flag football. It is now on the Olympic sport docket. So what's next after that? Obviously, keep your eyes open for the Professional Girls Flag Football League. That's something we should see within the next 2 to 5 years. So with that in mind, we do have a team that, has definitely opened some eyes. And if you haven't heard, start following them, start rooting them on. Out of Class B, the Tappan Zee Dutchmen, 14-1 regular season. Their only loss came from first place Arlington, who was in the Class A, and they only lost by 7 points. So good luck to them, the coaches, the staff, administration, the whole Tappan Zee family as they enter the postseason. And we'll keep our eye on them and update you on the next podcast. Getting over to the next one is the girls lacrosse. And I had mentioned this in the last podcast. There's 2 teams to keep our eye on, and they have not disappointed. The Suffern Mounties and Nyack. Suffern Mounties, they have now garnered national ranking in the USA lacrosse ranking. They're up to number 24. They're 10-1. They finish up their season at Nyack. If anybody's free, who's a lacrosse lover, this is the game you're going to want to see. At Nyack on May 18th, Suffern versus Nyack. And what has Nyack done this year? They are 6-0 in their conference. Their overall record 6-4. But this is where you're not going to judge a book by its cover, everyone. There's a reason they're 6-4, and there's a reason why they're a great team. 4 losses, 3 losses by 1 goal, 1 loss by 2 goals. Now, who did they lose to? 2 of those losses are to Darien, Connecticut, and St. Anthony's in New York. They are ranked number 2 and number 3 nationally. They lost to them by 1 goal. So this team is, as advertised, very good. If you're a lacrosse fan, especially girls lacrosse, get out to Nyack, get down and watch this game on May 18th. I'm sure it's going to be a classic. On boys lacrosse team, Pearl River is up to they've now achieved the number 10 ranking in Section 1 boys ranking, and they got a few games left in the regular season, and we're going to wish them the best as they close out the regular season. Hopefully they get a good deep run into the playoffs, and we will update you again on the next podcast with them. Jumping over the boys baseball, we did up until yesterday have one undefeated team. the boys out of Tappan Zee. They were 18-0 going into yesterday. They lost a heartbreaker 1-0 to Albertus Magnus. So congratulations to them on finishing their regular season 18-1, as we expect them to make a very deep run into the state playoffs. We have a personal note from the baseball scene in Rockland County. Nicky Becker from Thiels. He does play at Don Bosco Prep in Ramsey, New Jersey, but he hails from Thiels, New York, here in Rockland County. He is now ranked in the top 5 high school shortstops in America. So Nicky Becker, that's a name to keep your eye on. He has announced that he is signed with and going to the University of Virginia when he's done with high school to continue playing his college ball. So all the best to Nicky. Good luck to him, and let's keep our eyes on him, and hopefully we see him one day donning the pinstripes down in the Bronx. Jumping over the girls softball, we have 2 teams that have had very successful seasons. North Rockland in the Class AAA they have now garnered up to number 11 ranking in the state of New York. Congratulations to them in the Class AAA. On the Class A side, the Tappan Zee Girls Dutchmen, they are ranked number 2 in the state of New York. So good luck to them. They each have a couple more games left in the regular season, and good luck in your postseason run. And hopefully we'll have more to report on them with some championships in the future. So that's the wrap up of the local high school scene. Now I want to draw everybody's attention to a very special story coming out of Orangeburg, the Rockland GAA. That's the Rockland Gaelic Athletic Association. Now, each year, the Gaelic football, also the camogie, which is 2 Irish sports, they have Fela teams. These Fela teams are basically all-star teams from the state. These teams, when you make these all-star teams, you actually play the tournament over in Ireland, and that's in late June. So what makes this New York State team a Rockland story? Well, the girls football team this year, both coaches for the team that were selected are Rockland GAA coaches. There's 24 girls on the team. 11 of the 24 girls are from the Rockland team here. So it's something to keep our eyes on. And why is it even a bigger special story for me personally? My daughter has made the team. So I will be giving you very, very inside story about everything that's going on, and also reporting from the tournament over in Ireland in late June for you guys, for anybody interested. But the New York Ladies Football Fela, that's what it's called if you want to look it up. They do have Instagram, they do have Facebook. The girls, the training for this is very intense, and this is for the 14 and 15-year-old levels. The training, just give you an idea, they train twice a week, they have a game every weekend. The coaches also enter them into a 5K as a team. They've run 2 of them so far, and I know the coaches got their eye on 1 more, and that's just all part of their training. It's basically almost like you made an Olympic team, and you're going through a 3-month training, not only getting better as a person, getting better as a team, but it's an all-star team. So you're playing with girls you don't know. You have to understand everybody on the field. You have to get used to each other, and you got to build camaraderie. They've had team building events already where they've gone out at night, gone to movies, done stuff. They did the 5 Wits in the mall. They've gone out to dinner. So the camaraderie building has been very, very special in this team. It's been great to be on the inside of it. And I will continue to update everybody on this. It's an amazing accomplishment for me personally, because my daughter's on the team, but it happens every year. But it's a huge Rockland story because, like I said, both coaches and 11 of the 24 players are from the Rockland GAA down in Orangeburg. So if you're down there for any event, they have games all the time. Just give everybody a thumbs up, cheer them on, because we do head over to Ireland the last week of June. That last Saturday in June is the big tournament. And again, I will be updating everybody as we go through. I'll have the coaches on in a few weeks, Mark Comerford and Colm Donnelly. They will give you the history, a little bit background, a little bit further in depth for people that don't know and don't understand, never heard of it. And, they'll be part of everything moving forward. So If you have any questions about anything, again, I'm Coach Tom Brady, strength coach, TJB@gmail. If you need help with personally, whether it's your strength and conditioning, your health, or anything like that, I do health coaching also. Get a hold of me. If you have anything that we can cover here, sports stories, whether it's the team or an individual, please get a hold of me. We'll get everybody on the air. If we can get an interview done, that would be fantastic. I want to thank everybody for their time. And again, this is Coach Tom Brady, and we will see you on the next time, All Things Sports, here on Rockland News.
All right. Thanks a lot. That was Tom Brady with All Things Sports, the Sports Roundup. And we've been doing it for about 5 weeks. And we welcome more podcasters and live streamers to hop on to Rockland's News. There is a process for it, which we'll announce at rocklandsnews.com on Monday. But we picked up a gem when we picked up Tom Brady as the Sports Roundup. And I really appreciate what he's done over the last several weeks. And I think we both have the same mentality, forge ahead, which is a lot of fun. So we hope you'll let people know about this show. We're looking forward to making all things sports the thing on Rockland's News. Until next time, my name is Tom Osa, and thanks for joining us today. You all have a great weekend. We'll be back at 4 o'clock with OK Rockland featuring Mike Kluger. Take care for now.
You're listening to Rockland News, available on Apple, Spotify, and online at rocklandnews.com. Thanks for joining us today. Here are your hosts, Tom Osa and Mike Kluger.
We want to thank our sponsors for 2026, the New York Boulders baseball team. And they are available. Their 15th annual season is this year. You can get tickets at nyboulders.com. Work Smart New York Business Boot Camp, Yabu Fence Company. All right. Let's end the show there. Not sure what happened. We're working on this podcast board, but Yabu Fence Company, Dana Pest Control, Easy Temp, Yes to Acapulco, Kobe Sushi, Breakpoint Bowling, Whole Shop Bagels, UPS Store in West Haverstraw, Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy, Susan Bova from Coldwell Banker Realty, 99 Signs FD Perfection, and Clean Space Maintenance Management Company. Stay tuned. 4 o'clock. We'll be back. Take care.